Hey everyone, welcome to this first webinar in the series of the pre-conference webinar series we're having before the conference happening in March between the 26th and the 28th of March this year. We had the idea to do these webinars because during the call for proposals, we got so many really good proposals that we thought it would be a shame if we don't give them an audience, if we don't give them a stage. So this is just comes from the motivation to give and share more information to the community and for the community. So ideally, you find value in these sessions. Let me move forward, and before going into the detail of the webinar, Anil is in the background waiting for us. For the ones who are not maybe informed about the conference, we're having the Selenium and Appium conference this year, March 26th and 28th in Valencia, in Spain. The 26th will be the day of the workshops, and the 27th and the 28th will be the days of the regular conference. More than that, we have several different conference topics this year. We have from browser and mobile automation, we have continuous testing, we have accessibility, we have a great session between someone who is specialized as a developer and someone who is a tester, so a paired session. We also have things, a lot of things around AI and the web library ecosystem. We have interesting things about new, or not new, but rather not the common use cases of Selenium and WebDriver, like observability and synthetic monitoring. So we have really good speakers there. We have over 17 countries representing the community. We have people from Latin America, North America, Europe, Asia, and Australia as well. So if you go right now to seleniumconf.com/agenda, you will see already the program over there. You will be able to understand what sessions are interesting for you and what type of content we're offering this year in the conference. There will be also a mobile app that we will share in the next couple of days, so you can use it as well to start marking the sessions you want to attend. And if you want to register and be part of the conference, that is not what I wanted to show. Sorry. Let me move forward. If you go to selenium.conf/register, we have right now the phase of the regular sales. So the conference only is at 349 euros, which is a good price considering the conference we see here in Europe that are usually way more expensive, because this conference is made for the community and by the community. So the idea is to give a space for all of us to meet, share, and learn from each other. And we have also conference workshops happening on the 26th. So if you want to check them out, and maybe you want to get a little discount, you can use the code pre-conf-webinar, and you will get a 10% discount code, discount for these prices. Without extending this intro much more, today we have Anil, one of the really good proposals we got for the conference. I think Anil is going to share with us some interesting things about how to connect Appium, mobile testing, and the new wave of AI. So let me bring Anil to the stage and welcome you. Hi Anil, how are you?
Hey Diego, thank you so much for giving this opportunity. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm a bit nervous because I think I told you a moment ago that this is the first time we do a conference or pre-conference webinar. So I hope this is valuable for the audience and for the ones who watch the recording afterwards. If you want, you can already start like sharing your screen and all that.
Sure.
We are ready for the setup over there. And yeah, basically, thank you for being here. Thank you for sending a very good proposal. And I'm sorry we didn't have enough slots to select all of them. But yeah, I hope you can take advantage of this stage where we're giving you here to share all the knowledge, all the experience you have with the audience. So when you have your screen shared, I will be happy to give you the stage.
Sure.
One last thing I wanted to tell the audience is if you folks have any questions, please write them as comments, either if you are in LinkedIn watching this or in YouTube, write them as a comment, and then we will be able to see them here from our streaming software, and we will address them at the end of the presentation. So we can do that, and then we will be doing this in a more organized way. So, okay, you're still sharing your screen, as I see, like in the process of doing that.
So I have shared, Tiago, the screen.
No, I don't see it yet in this thing
Okay,
to
just give
put
me a
it.
second. Yeah,
Sure,
sure. I think
sure. Yeah, take your
information.
time. If you have any questions about the conference as well, feel free to post them as a comment as well. I will be happy to answer them. Now I see your screen there.
Nice.
Let's move here. And again, thank you, Anil, for being here. Thank you for sharing your expertise and knowledge with us. The stage is yours. Best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Diego, for giving this opportunity. So let's just start it with the background about this plugin. So the plugin name itself is AI Appium Lens plugin. So basically, this plugin is developed to enhance the functionality of the Appium in a way where we can have the AI in place. And this plugin basically uses advanced AI here to provide additional features to the Appium. So I would like to thanks everyone who has joined and they are part of this pre-conference webinar. Let me introduce a little. My name is Anil. I have around 10 years of experience in software testing and automation. I've been doing automation for mobile and web both together using Appium and Selenium. And I could see that these two Appium and Selenium are open source and they are very well developed in a way that today they are market leader in a way that every company who wants to automate a mobile or web, they would first prefer Appium or Selenium. So with this, I also got some interest in open source. So wherever I got the opportunity to contribute, I have contributed a bit, a little, not huge, but yeah. So I started contributing on open source as well. Now coming to the this AI Appium Lens plugin, let me tell you how is it developed first, and then we'll go to the background. So this AI Appium Lens plugin is AI powered, and it uses Google Vision AI for UI analysis. When I say UI analysis, meaning it basically tells you like what's there on the UI and other properties of your app or app screenshot basically. And we have Vertex AI, which basically takes a natural language as a command and gives us the response. So I can ask this plugin that, okay, what do you see on the app? And it will return you the natural language response as well. So it is designed to make mobile app automation smarter, more intuitive and accessible. And it is open source, so anyone can use it. So why do we need this plugin at first place? So when we think about this, today automated testing requires interacting with element on the screen that may not have easily identified. So it basically requires locators to interact with the mobile app, and these locators sometimes are a bit tricky to get. I mean, when I say tricky, meaning because of uh, because of the challenges from the development code or the technology like a React Native, or be it a, uh, be it a I forgot the name, like a gaming engine, like you can say Unity. So it basically requires special effort from the developer side as well to put up the locators, and then QA basically inspect those elements and put it up in the automation, which is a one tedious work is of today. And sometimes with this dynamic nature of the app and the rapid development of the app, you see that the UIs are being uh, changed every week, every day. Hence, automation also needs to be updated on the time. Otherwise, it will be unstable. So that's where the AI comes in a picture. We are going to cover that, like how the AI is going to help us in those aspects. So key highlight of this plugin is it answers natural language queries about the app's UI, and also it generate actionable outputs like clickable element coordinates and hierarchy structure. So when let me explain the second point a little bit more. So assume that you have a login screen and you have to click on the login button. Then you need to have a one locator for the same, and that locator you need to inspect and need to get it. And if this is there is a complication from the app side, you might not be able to detect that element. Then you have to do a lot of scripting. But with this, it will simply find the element by visible properties, and then it will allow you to click. It will be that easy. You don't need to inspect the elements, you don't need to go inside the technology of the app basically. So it is independent to the technology. If you use Unity, you use React Native, or you need any other native apps like iOS XUI, uh, iOS app, or Android app, it works on all type of the apps basically. So let me just uh, show you something. At high level, we'll see the real demo as well. We have a lot of time today. We have almost 45 minutes left. So we will cover the real actual demo as well. So when it comes to natural language queries, you can instruct this plugin that do you see image of three-person enjoying. So suppose if you so plugin will take the screenshot of this particular mobile app. It will just you give the natural language to the plugin, and plugin will respond like this. Yes, the image shows three people enjoying each other's company using their phone. They're smiling, looking happy. So I mean, whatever the AI understand, it will basis on that it will return the response. This could not be a very useful use case for the automation, but it's a good to have thing where if you have to understand like what is visible on the app, you can simply get this by this query. We'll deep dive into this. Second feature of this plugin is proximity feature. So proximity feature basically, if you have to ask like what do you see just above inter mobile number field? So there's an inter mobile number field. What do you see just above this? So this could be an assertion for the automation. So it will plugin can respond like please enter your mobile number, which is the error message shown here. It will return the text, which can be added in the assertion. Also, it has a fact checking capabilities as well. We can ask like suppose this is a one match where England woman in South Africa, which is about to start in 42 minutes. And if I ask, is England woman in South Africa match starting tomorrow? It can properly say that the match is starting 42 minutes 23 seconds. So it is not tomorrow, it is today. So that fact checking ability is also there. It understands the UI of your app. It is, but when it comes to the actual Appium, you don't have such abilities as of today. When it comes to the architecture of this plugin, how it fits into Appium ecosystem. So with Appium 2.0, you might be aware that we have plugin systems. So we can simply install this plugin, and this plugin will be something like this. Here your Appium client library from where you will be sending the commands like get text, find element, whatever. So it goes to Appium server, and then suppose it is an Android driver, then UI Automator 2 will be the driver who will be receiving this and doing that action. That's where the AI APM lens plugin also kept in the parallel. So here there are some set of commands we have introduced like AI ask, AI click, AI assert, and one more command is there. So if one of the command has been sent by the APM server, it will redirect to APM AI APM lens plugin. It will talk to Google Vision AI. It will take the screenshot, talk to Google Vision AI, and whatever the response comes in, it will return back to the client. So this is how the architecture looks like. There's a prerequisite as well. You need to have APM 2.0 installed for this, and you need to have AI APM Lens plugin as installed as well. And definitely you should have one Google Cloud Vision API. Let me show you the repository as well. So this plugin is available on GitHub, AI APM AI Lens plugin. If someone wants to contribute much more, or I mean want to enhance the functionality, they can read this documentation. Everything is kept here. All the details are kept here. So this is also it is available as a npm package. So one can simply install by uh, npm. I mean, we have a command. I'll show you later. Uh, so with that command, you can install directly. So I'll move again here, which these are the things we have already covered. Now, here's a code snippet. So I want to show you first the code, how code looks like. So first, you have to register the command like ask AI in case you want to ask. There is a click AI also. So this will be added in the prerequisite or your before shoot method or somewhere or base page where you have to register once this command, and then this is how we can ask AI plugin driver.execute like ask AI, and then we can give the instruction like what do you see just above intermobile field, and it will return you the string value, and then you can put it in the assertion. um, I'll quickly maybe take you to the demo part. So this is the real mobile screen. I'll just interact. You can see here, this is the actual iOS mobile phone. Uh, this is the Java code which interacts with the AI APM Lens plugin. And this is where we have to start the APM. So first we have to start APM server, and then there's a hyphen use plugin, and then you have to give the name of plugin, AI APM Lens plugin. Now you must be wondering how to install this. We'll cover that later. Once we see this demo, we'll do the installation and everything. So you have to mention this, just enter this command. It will start the APM server and activate this plugin. So if you see here, uh, APM has been started on this my default IP and this port. Sorry, my dynamic IP is and the default port 4723 WD hub, and that's where you see here AI APM Lens plugin, which is active. So it is activated. Now we'll move to the code base. So if you go here, I'll simply start the automation now. So I'll just run this in a debug mode so that I can show you what and all is happening. It will first try to start the session. We'll check the logs here. So right now, nothing fancy. Okay, it has launched the app, meaning the APM session has been started. And you can see very well over here that create session has been successful. It's a 200 here. So session has been created. Now, what we are gonna do is we'll try those AI commands here, which plugin offers. So first we'll cover AI click. What we are trying to do is click on continue button. So we are trying to click on this continue button using AI. I haven't used any locator here, any XPath or accessibility or anything. I haven't inspected. Whatever I see here, I write here. Suppose if I want to click on continue, I just write continue. Suppose if I had to click on email, I can do that as well. I don't need to I don't need to find the elements. So I simply run this. So you see here AI click on continue. This login statement has been printed. Now I'll just run this command. We'll see what happens. Sorry guys. So it says session has been expired with some reason. Let me just rerun again. Really sorry. Okay, we'll run this command. Okay, super. So it has clicked here. So you see here, when it clicked on continue CTA, there was no mobile number entered. Hence, there is an error message shown like, please enter your mobile number. Let's see this in the console logs. So whether it is really handled by the plugin. So if you, I had to show you something here. The bit interesting part here is this. So uh, here you see AI click method was called, calling Appium driver.ai click, and down here you see it has been performed by the plugin. I'll just show you the plugin reference here. Just a second. AI Appium. So here it is the reference of this. So this is the call has happened in the logs. So it has been taken care by the plugin itself. So you see here this plugin which can handle the command AI click is AI Appium lens plugin. And here it has performed the click. So so how it works is like it takes a screenshot, like this is a base64 image, gives it to the AI, and AI gives us the coordinates, and then it clicks by the coordinates. So this is how it works. Now let's see the next case here. So next case is let me just run. So asserting the color of continue button. So suppose as of today you see that Appium cannot do this. Appium cannot find whether on the app what's the color of the button, but this plugin can do that for us. So if I have to know whether, if I have to verify also whether my continue button CTA color is in green or no, so I can do that. So what I'm asking right now to the plugin, I'm gonna ask, do you see continue button in the red color? Why did I ask this? Because I have to validate whether my plugin really works. Does this really validate something? So if I run this, it should return me false. So do you see continue button in red color? It is not a red color, right? Let's see that. So here is the print statement. So it says false. And if you see the logs, here AI response also false. So AI Appium Lens plugin, instruction received. Do you see the continue button in the red? AI response is false. Now let's see whether it really works. Let me ask the valid question now. Do you see continue button in green color? So if I had to check this out, I'll simply run this again, one instruction. Do you see continue button in red, green color? So it should say true. Yeah. So this is really working for us. So now Appium has the ability with this plugin to identify the property of the UI elements. In this case, like color of the button. In fact, it can do much more. When I say much more, you can ask or assert. You can AI assert that you can ask whether this error message is just above this particular field. It can say yes or no. So this is what it this is how it adds the value. Now assume that there could be one more scenario you want to run, which is this, fetching the UI element metadata JSON. Suppose you want this UI properties into one JSON format, like, okay, give me boss this particular icon's position, whether it is on top or bottom or center, and it is above. Suppose this error message is above this field or down or below this field. All of this information we can also get it in a JSON format. So I'll just simply run this command, which is fetch UI elements metadata JSON. This is a AI command which will be triggered, and we'll see the response. So you see here a big response. I'll show you here in the code. I mean in the log. You see here specifically, if I to say, I'll show you one example. So please enter your mobile number. This is the text we could see here, right? This, please enter your mobile number. Where it is, it is sorry, my bad. We are, this is the text login registration. So this is the text login registration. Where it is, what's the color? So it's the text color is white. Yeah, it is white. Position, it is in middle, so it's in middle, and align centered. uh, and below this, what is there? Please enter your mobile number. So below this, there is this, please enter your mobile number text is there. And other things are null, like icon color, because there is no icon here, right? So this is how. So if I go here, suppose if I to check for please enter your mobile number field. So for this field, what are the properties you see? It is in white, it is in middle. Above this, there is a login registration. You see login registration, and below this there is a enter mobile number. So this is where this plugin adds a lot of capabilities to the traditional Appium framework. And these are much needed because sometimes you have to validate whether these elements are properly placed, if they are placed above to the text field or down to the text field, what's the color and everything. So moving on, I'll just run one more query, which is ask AI. So right now we have seen uh, three things. One is the AI click, where we explicitly clicked on continue button using AI without any locators. Then we have seen AI assert, which basically asserts, which basically check the facts. Basically asserts, it gives true false whether what are the statement you're making about the UI, is it true or no? So it is a assert UI. You don't need here any locator as well. And then we checked, we explored fetch UI element metadata JSON, which gives you a complete JSON hierarchy like this for the complete UI. Now we are going to see the next command and the last command, which is ask AI. Ask AI, what are we asking here? We are going to give the instruction like this. So do you see error message above enter mobile number field? So enter mobile number field, I'm asking whether do you see any error message. Let's see what AI returns to us. So it says yes, the error message above the enter mobile number field reads please enter your mobile number. It also gives what error message was shown. So this is how you can do a lot more thing. I wanted to show you click again, because click is the thing which basically help you reduce your locator work. You don't need to uh, identify the locator. Suppose on the fly I wanna click on email, so I just say click email. I wanna click on this text. If I run this, it should click on the email. Just give the attention here. It has clicked on the email. Assume that I want to click on maybe continue again. I can do that. So you see here the test IDs are not required at all. It's simply you give simple the text and it does that. It has clicked here. Now you want to assert that there is an error message. So I can ask here, uh, like I'll run this particular line of code as AI assert. I can ask, do you see maybe an error message above the input field. I'll just execute. Let's see what it returns. Maybe we can see the logs down here as well. And it was true. It says true, right? Meaning this statement is true that there is an error message. Do you not see? Let me just ask. It should come false. Sorry, I clicked again 2 times. Let's see. Okay, maybe I'll just check here. So do you not see an error message above? Okay, so this is not, we have to refresh this. So this is AI where you have to have the proper query. What I can say is just this, that I can ask that maybe is error message says please enter mobile number. Let me just ask this. So this is how you can do that. And then we'll quickly move to the setup part and all. So it says false. So I mean, you have to rephrase a bit sometimes, but it will definitely work for you. Once it works, it will always work. So once this query is working, you can all you can query multiple times and you'll get the same results. There is nothing that it will give you true anytime. It will always comes false if you have proper instruction. So this is with this, I think we have seen the functionality. I'll cover a few more things here. Let me just move it. So how to install this plugin? So this is the command Appium plugin install hyphen source npm and then AI Appium lens. So with after this, you got the plugin in your system now. And there is a prerequisite, as I said, you need to have your Appium 2.0. If you are running on the, let's say, Android, then you need UI Automator 2. If you are running on iOS, then XCUI driver you need, and then you need to have Google Cloud CLI setup as well. How to activate the plugin? To activate the plugin, there are multiple ways. One way from the terminal is that you give Appium and then hyphen use plugin and the name of the plugin. In our case, it is AI Appium lens. But you also can give it from the server config file as well. We already see it in action. So before we move to Q&A, maybe I'll just go through again if I missed something. I think nothing much. So yeah, we can take the questions now if there is any.
Thank you, Neil. That was pretty good because most of the presentations you see about testing and AI, they show you like 15 different slides about what AI is and why it's important. But I really like that you show the use case and then you jump right away to it, explaining how it works. So that, at least for me, it was very valuable because I've seen some demos, I've tried a few things myself, but I think you show it in a very, specific way, easy to understand. And I like how you play with the demo to show people how it works.
Thank you.
Before I don't see any questions yet, but before the first ones come, I wanted to ask you if you have used this plugin for something at work, or like have you used it any real applications, or you're just like experimenting with this now for now?
So Diego, we have started using it for our product, which I showed here, which is this My Loan Circle, and it is pretty much working for us. But there could be some A few enhancement would require that those will come in few days if it is required. But as of now, it works so smoothly with the framework. And the good part about this plugin is that it doesn't require much framework level change, right? It is easy to use it with the existing automation framework. So that's
Cool.
what, yeah.
Yeah, that I honestly don't know this application, so that's why I thought it was maybe a demo app or
Yeah,
something.
so
But
I'm
okay,
working with games 24x7, and we have this Mylon Soccer product. It's a fantasy sports app, basically, which we have developed, and it is hugely
okay.
popular in India. Yeah.
We have our first question. So Kushal is asking if you can run this in any of the cloud providers. Have you tried that, or just local executions?
Uh, can we ask a little brief question? Cloud provider like P Cloudy, Headspin,
Like
something like
or
that, or
Sauce Labs, or Browser Stack, or Lambda Test.
no, I haven't tried that with those cloud providers.
I guess it wouldn't work because you need the plugin on the server side, right? So the plugin would need
Yeah,
to live in the yeah.
where the server is running, and it basically just interacts with the driver object itself. So assume that you have the driver access. Definitely, your automation screen will have the access to the driver. Then it can simply interact with the plugin directly with
Yeah.
the driver object. So it should be working fine, but I haven't tried with the cloud provider.
But yeah, I guess I mean I work at Source Labs as well, so I know this has to live on the server side. So this is a message for the cloud vendors to there is an opportunity here to do
Hmm.
something like this or work with you, collaborate with you. So thank you for the question, Kushal. Gonna jump to the next one, which is from Vidya Gasar. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name uh, incorrectly, but the question is if we need to create a Google Vertex account and if it's free. I don't think it's free for unlimited usage, but like up to what point it's free?
Sure. So definitely it is not free. As of today, you get some credits to you do the POCs or experiment. And for, I think it is for valid for 90 days. And when it comes to the Google's paid plans, they are cheaper only. Like for the thousands token, it takes around $1. So yeah, it's a paid. Eventually, it is a paid. Google account you have to use.
And do you know, like each request you do, like how many tokens does it use?
So with each request, it's a one token. It takes a screenshot and query. So it's a two token. Yeah, there are two tokens, like where you give a request with one screenshot, and then you give a query, like what you want to do with that query. So yeah, there are two tokens. So
Understood.
each request is a token here, not like in AI world, tokens are also interpreted like when you give a statement like what is your name, then each word also becomes a token. But in this case, it is not a token. Here we are giving the instruction to get the bounding box, like in case of click, or in other case we want to get the property. So it is just one comma, one instruction is one token. Yeah.
Okay. Good comment from Gasar, sorry.
Vidyasagar, I think I
Yeah,
know him.
Sagar. Yeah. So very nice
Yeah,
demo. One more question from Murthy. Um, the plugin looks good. Does the plugin work without internet connection?
no, it doesn't work.
I don't know.
Since it actually, sending the screenshot to the Google Cloud AI platform actually, and then getting the response from the cloud itself. So it needs a internet connection.
Do you know if Google offers some sort of on-premise model? So maybe you can like buy the model and run it on-premise. Did you know that or
Yeah, I
no?
need to explore that.
Okay.
It's a good question. I think it's a, it's right. I can think in this direction as well.
I imagine
haven't
like
thought about.
large companies like banks or things like that, they cannot just open their connections.
Right, right.
Okay, so one more question we have here. Thank you for your question, Murthy. Um, Adrian is asking if are there, sorry, I will start again. Are there other actions that you can do, like scroll horizontally, vertically, until the element is visible, or this should be implemented as another command?
Yeah, so as of today, it doesn't have that. So it has just a capability to click, assert, and then you can get the JSON out of it. So as of today, we don't have that capability to scroll up and down.
Okay, so elements have to be on screen, so the
Yeah,
the tool that does the visual analysis and all that is able to see that.
yeah.
Okay.
So I would like to add one more line here, Diego, is that we are not going away with the existing APM behavior. So those capabilities of APM will still be working. So your existing XPath, accessibilities IDs, your methods to scroll up and down, you can still use the driver object of APM only, right? It is an add-on, right? So those things will still be working. So driver dot execute script we do, right? Scroll up, down, those things are still supported, and those are given, this functionality are still there with the APM. So we haven't changed those functionality at all. This is just a cherry on the cake, where to get the advanced features, like you don't want to click by the locator, right? You want to click by text, or you want to assert something by just doing in natural language. That's where it comes in. So be assured that your existing APM functionalities are still present. It is just that it is an add-on thing here, which you can use for your automation wherever you're struggling meaning there are instances in my company I face with this product, is that there are some places where APM doesn't work to identify the locators, even though those are still present in the app because of the depth. So on iOS side, we have seen in the React Native app is that um, the elements are kept on the down layer somewhere. So APM was not able to detect the element and click. Hence, this plugin can help us over there. But the same app works on Android perfectly fine. So this is where this plugin can help us. So to answer about the scrolling horizontal and vertical, you can still do it using a driver object. I mean, those execute command or whatever being offered by the APM.
Yeah, I think that there was a part in your answer that was very important. Um, you can use AI or like any other external tool for the parts you're struggling with, because I guess you are also seeing something similar to what I'm going to say, and is that people are trying to use something labeled as AI to replace almost everything. So in this case, Appium still is pretty good doing the scroll, the horizontal or vertically, and then you can just add something that is helping you with your struggling at the moment. So not AI to replace everything, but maybe to help you in the parts that are more useful.
Right.
There is one comment we have here. So Karan is basically saying, exciting stuff, Anil. Looking forward to implement and contribute to the plugin. So people seem to be very happy with your content, with your plugin. So I hope it develops further, and maybe you start collaborating with others as well. Let's
Sure.
see if we have more questions. I have one question, one final question that I was thinking while seeing the presentation. Maybe somebody else would write it another question. Um, my concern with using this type of plugins is the performance. Like if you regularly have a test that is taking, I don't know, 1 minute, 50 seconds, whatever it is, when you introduce these tools, have you perceived any effect, like the performance has been affected, or the extra um, amount of time that the tests are taking, is it just tolerable? What have you seen in your experience?
So Diego, personally, I mean, when it comes to performance, I haven't seen much difference. But there's one uh, constraint could be the network bandwidth, like how one's network is good is like suppose there is a slow network, it might perform, it might have some slowness, right? But when you have a good internet connection, it will work so smooth. So when it comes to like whatever I shown you here, right? If I have to run this particular code again, it will be done within like 10 seconds, if I am not wrong. Let me just show you. So there is a one, this network bandwidth is the constraint where it might play a negative role here, because what is going to happen is uh, suppose if there is a slow internet, the queries will be slowed because this bit 60 base 64 image we are uploading to the cloud, and then cloud is basically returning us the response. That's where the slowness would come. But if you have a good internet in place, then it will be as fast as your Appium script.
Got it.
So let's see how much time it takes for this much of the. If you see here, it took a 40 seconds. So 40 seconds
Okay.
is pretty much good, where it has validated multiple things. Like if you see the script, it has done what and all. It has done click AI click. It has clicked something. It has done the assertion as well. Yeah, it has fetched the complete JSON of the UI, and down here it has done. We have asked few more question about the error message and everything. So yeah, just internet could be the shopper stop here.
Got it. And one extra question I got is, for example, is there a way to train more the LLM? Because
Yeah,
I guess it's using like to train it more to understand better your application.
right.
Does the Google tool offer you that option?
Yeah. So Google provides auto ML functionality where one can train their AI model basically, and it also provides you to host the model as well by creating one of the instance on the Google Cloud itself, and you can deploy your trained model as well. This is a pre-trained model which we are using here, which is generic for everyone, where which is not taught like about this the app itself. It's a generic model which I simply use from the Google and querying what I could show you here. It is not trained, but there is an option which is auto ML and train ML, where we can train the model as well based on our requirement. I haven't explored much, but maybe I'll give the update to the people on LinkedIn in a month or so, where I'm going to train the model for the app, and I'll see if it gives more better results to us.
Great, thank you. I guess one last comment here that Adrian is sharing with us. I guess Adrian is telling us that when the DOM gets tricky, it can help in clicking elements that maybe are not being shown in Appium Inspector. So I know sometimes it's not just easy to find the locator, or the element is not easily shown. So I imagine that if you have the option to use a tool that is your eyes in the test, then it's maybe a good
Yeah,
way to find it and scroll there. So I now understand the question better as well.
yeah. So Diego, you would also agree with one fact that sometimes when we are, automating hybrid apps like a web, where
Mm-hmm.
web views are there are some complications are still present with the APM, where one has to do a lot of coding, extra coding, right? Where you have to sometime you have to use this execute script itself to click on some element or identify, because it's a web view and it is completely maintained by the, if it is a Chrome, then Google team, right? When it is Safari, then the Facebook team, correct? So similar way, not Facebook team, but I'm not sure, like maybe Apple team. So in this,
The
that's
Appium
where
team
this
is
tool,
maintaining that these
yeah,
days.
yeah, yeah. So that's where this tool helps us, because it works like on OCR basis. What it sees, it clicks. It doesn't have any dependency on the technology, but where the APM has. Because if it is a web view, then you have to switch to the web view. Sometimes switching to the web view also gives us a problem, because you need to have a debug build, not the release build. It won't work
Mm-hmm.
on the release build, right? But with this, you can take any build, release build, debug build, it will work, because what it sees, it can detect and do the work for you. So that's where it is very powerful, because it is agnostic to the technology. As I mentioned, this app is in React Native. You can also automate React Native and then Unity games as well with this plugin, because it doesn't go inside to the technology. It is basically driven by the screenshot. It takes a base 64 screenshot, and AI gives the bounding box, like coordinates, and we give this coordinates to Appium, and Appium, we ask them to click. We ask Appium to click. Suppose for the login, how it works is, yeah, this plugin takes the screenshot, gives to AI, and asks for the bounding box. Bounding box will give the proper boxes, like what's the left, right, left, top left, bottom left, top right, bottom right, all X and Y. We give it to Appium to perform the action, like a click action. So this is where it is a bit powerful when I say, how to say this.
Great. Artan is writing that, so maybe an idea for a future talk. Artan is writing that they would love to see how the model training is done. So perhaps that's also an inspiration for a sequel of this talk, I think.
Sure,
Um,
sure.
there is one question here from Roshanali. Does the response time from AI Cloud get faster with time after running the test cases multiple times?
Frankly, it is still faster, and I haven't seen much difference, because AI is taking each query as a new query itself. And under the hood, if Google is learning with this screenshot, I'm not sure, really sure as of now, whether Google is still using this data as well or no. But what I have seen is, I haven't seen much difference. Like if I have to query same thing multiple times, I see the good response within milliseconds only.
Good. I think you partially responded this. Arten is asking if this approach is also efficient with apps built on with Jetpack Control Compose. Uh, I imagine
Definitely.
because it's agnostic from the technology, as you said a moment ago.
Yes. So wherever you are able to create the session, like for the app, like Appium session is being created for the app, then it's a thing. I mean, it's a plugin where it will start working for you. So just one precondition would be that whatever the app you are automating, and if you are able to make the Appium session or for that app, then this plugin will definitely work for you.
Cool. Um, but this one I'm not 100% sure. Mostly, well, I think partly because the question is if it supports Flutter-based apps. So I guess you have to use the plugin to interact with Flutter apps and then your plugin so you can have this thing working, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know if you have seen, Murti, that there is a new plugin. Well, not new, like maybe some months ago. There is an Appium plugin to automate Flutter apps in iOS and Android. So I guess if you put that plugin and Anil's plugin, then you can work with that. But to be tested. There is one question which I think you already answered from Kushal is where are the images stored that they must to compare? I think the screenshot is sent to the Google AI Cloud,
Yeah,
and
right, right. So it just this is how we send the text, right? Like what do you see on the screen? Text is also being sent to Google. The similar way, we take the screenshot, we use the base64 image directly. We are not storing anywhere. The base64 for there is a, you can say, string. We send it to the Google, and then we get the response. We don't need to store this image anywhere. Like in some solutions, it requires, like I have seen like some AI where you have to have these images stored somewhere in cloud, and then you have to give that URL. But here we are not storing anywhere. We are just converting into a string base 64. We are giving it to the AI, and AI is giving us the response. So it is nowhere stored. There's no need to restore as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I'm going to read the last comment. I think this is a good input for a SQL. Do we have a threshold percentage to match for success? And can we train and customize the model, use it for our purpose? So I think this is input for a way to you do a SQL presentation about this topic because people are interested more in like how you manage the interaction with the cloud model AI in Google. I was just noticing that we are 2 minutes away from closing the webinar, but it was great to have this conversation. So thank you, Anil, for being here, and thank you for sharing your expertise and your experience and your lessons learned with the community. Please stay in the background so we can chat a bit more later. I'm just going to start wrapping up the webinar. So thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you so much, Diego. I mean, it is a really great opportunity to connect with so much of community experts, Appium expert as well. And as I mentioned before, I was really disappointed I couldn't get the seat for the actual conference. But I'm hoping for the best that next time I'll make it to the conference. But it was also a good opportunity for me to share my knowledge with the community. My eventual goal was this only to showcase this to the larger audience so that they can start using such plugin for their workflow, for their automation. But I'm really happy that I could do this with this pre-webinar sessions.
Cool. Thank you very much. And yeah, hopefully next time. We'll chat in a moment.
Sure.
Let me start wrapping up. Thank you.
Sure.
Right. So I just wanted to wrap up. Thanks, Anil, again. I want to share again some information I shared a moment ago with the folks who joined a bit later. A reminder, conference is happening this year, March 26 to 28, here in Valencia. And we have a bunch of topics that are interesting for different folks, like AI in testing. We have more talks like the one Anil showed a moment ago. Testability, accessibility automation. There are interesting use cases like observability in testing and synthetic monitoring. The agenda is already live. You can go to seleniumconf/agenda and have a look. And if you want to register, we have a very good price considering the prices of conferences in Europe. And if you want to get a 10% discount, use the code PRECONFWEBINAR and we'll be happy to help you out, get a discount there. seleniumconf.com/register. And in 1 week, exactly, we're going to have Petros, another excellent speaker that sent a great proposal, but unfortunately we couldn't have Petros this time. So Petros will be talking about performance assertion while running your functional tests. So yeah, see you in 1 week here with Petros, and looking forward to have you all again here as well. If you have any questions about the conference, please send us an email to organizers@seleniumconf.org. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. And looking forward to see you in the next session. Bye.